community. Good to see everybody. It's a blast coming at y'all live from ETHDenver. Rolling around here a little bit after hours, checking out some of the booths, still talking to some really cool people. It has been a blessing to be out here, guys. There's some absolutely crazy cool people here, a lot of really smart people, very savvy, some of the brightest we got in the space. A lot of people talking about sovereignty, freedom, really pushing forward crypto. Special, guys. ETHDenver has been an absolute riot so far. Got a chance to link up with Chris Black, got a chance to go link up with Zuko for just a bit from Zcash. A lot of people out here doing the Lord's work, doing really cool stuff, trying to push forward the space, put out a lot of great content. It's been great, man. The conference is way bigger than I would have thought. There's people and booths everywhere. You see the MetaMask and Impura guys behind me, their circle over here, just absolutely everybody. A lot of the great Web3 space, Wallet Connect, all these people we're used to. It's really cool, really cool. So I have been staying really plugged in. I want to give y'all an update on PulseChain, where we're at with everything now. So as y'all can tell from RH's tweets, everything's pretty much on point. They're going to be tooling up, getting ready to launch V3 here very soon. They got the last bug crushed from the Aragon. Splat. Last bug, we should all be good to go. We're looking through, and again, every client is situated. That's the stuff that we get from the tweets. Some of the background, that's a little interesting. It looks like they've shut down all of the validators that they were running on B2B. So again, they're shutting down validators. They're getting tooled up, getting ready to go with the new software, the new consensus that we'll have on V3. So again, a lot of that on the backside is looking really positive. They've mentioned not needing to run another testnet in the future. So this should be the very last one. Again, assuming that everything's great, but we can keep our fingers crossed. Little hopium's always good. So everything that we're seeing, not only just from tweets, but from the tea leaves, is looking very positive. So everybody should be really looking forward to this. Should be as bullish as you've ever been. Again, having V3, having our new consensus code, having somewhere to play, not only for all our bags, everyone excited about the chain itself, but for all the projects, not just ourselves. There's quite a few different projects who are getting ready to launch updates on V3, push out more great content. We're going to update our front end, relaunch contracts. You know, we're going to come at it hard. The front end updates we've got coming are pretty exceptional. People will be really excited to see the new updates. And there's a lot of other builders doing great stuff. And hopefully the more work we do here at conferences like this, the more builders we're going to have. And on top of the great updates we've had on V3, we've also seen a bit of a pivot in RH. I think that's really interesting. We're getting less Gucci, more black shirt, and I know that that's something that the community's really looked forward to for a long time. That's the RH that a lot of us resonated with and brought a lot of us together in the first place. So I know people are really excited to see that pivot. Very cool stuff. It will be interesting to see how much that continues forward. We've gotten a lot of technical dev updates. The dev updates and the quality coming through is really apparent. It's been a great change. I know a lot of people are kind of going through a lot of these cycles. We're starting to see a bit of positivity in the charts, and some of us that have been here a long time kind of forget that not everyone's been through a bull cycle. So coming in late and then just seeing bad news, just seeing what are looked at as delays and seeing red on the charts, it's different when you get a little positivity, see some updates, see some of these nodes sinking, things you haven't really seen before, and then seeing a pump in the charts, people starting to have positions they DC'd into actually being price positive. It's really bullish. You can tell that there's starting to be a lot of camaraderie, coming positive in the community. People starting to, absolutely come together, and that coincides with some of the change we've seen in RH. So I think that's really positive. Very cool to see. The other change that we've seen is in some of the terminology that's come out from RH recently. This is something we've been talking about for a long time here. Devil's in the details. It's really important to be able to see these definitions and these terms for what they actually mean. And a lot of times we take for granted that we're all talking about the same thing. So an example you've been used recently is ETH, Ether, and Ethereum. We in conversation say this like this is the same thing. It's not. ETH is a ticker symbol, Ether is a coin, and Ethereum's a network. Now if I say you owe me 3 Ethereum, people are going to know what you mean, but that's not technically correct. When it comes to these legal frameworks and seeing these things push forward, being correct is really important. So things like staking. Staking means something particular. In Hex, technically that's not staking. These differences matter. When you look at interest, it's not technically interest in Hex. Using these things correctly matters. So seeing the difference in interest versus yield, these things are really important. So we're getting more clarity on the regulatory environment moving forward, very positive. And I actually think that while some people seeing these changes as maybe nitpicky or very minute, it's important to be able to see these things come through and have clear language so that we can move forward in a really positive way in the space. These things matter. So I'm very bullish to see this. This is stuff that we've been talking about here for a lot. I know sometimes the things I get into seem like they're kind of out in the weeds, but these definitions matter. Understanding what stablecoin, broker, issuer, and understanding them in the lens of what regulators see is really important so that we can communicate effectively, not just for regulatory frameworks, but for communications to enforce and actually affect regulatory frameworks and for ourselves. It's important to be financially literate. We want to play with these tools. We want big gains. It's important to understand why, know where they come from so that you don't get wrecked and rinsed in the future. Understand what you're doing, do less, and build cool stuff. So I'm very bullish on where we're headed, very bullish on seeing all these changes. Hopefully we see V3 here very soon. Hopefully the language and camaraderie, the changes we're making in the community, we start to see dividends sooner rather than later. And I just cannot wait to see this stuff come to fruition. So community, please get at me. Let me know what I can do to help you guys. If there are people trying to reach out, build on the chain, get at me. I've reached out and talked to a lot of builders here. We're expanding, we're growing. Community, you should be so happy of what we've done and understand how much work we have in front of us. We're about to see dividends on this. It's been a long bear market. It's been a long process for development, but we're getting to the end. The people who are here are going to be rewarded.